Okay, I'm still on page 159, just going down to the second example here. So again, we're using compatible numbers. So use compatible numbers to find two estimates that the quotient is between. So that remember, quotient means the answer to a division problem. So basically, find two estimates that the answer will be between for the problem 1,382 divided by 5. Okay, so step one, find two numbers close to 1,382 that divide easily by 5. So again, I'm going to look at those first two numbers, the 1 and the 3, or 13. So if I go low, my low estimate, 13, I'm going to make into 10, and then add my two zeros. If I consider the 8 and the 2, I'm going to change them to zeros to make that 1,000. Now that will be my low estimate. Okay. Then my high estimate, I'm going to go up from 13 to the closest number that 5 will go into evenly, which would be 15, and then add my two zeros, and this will be my high estimate. So I have a low estimate, which it's a low estimate because the number we estimated, 1,000, is lower than our actual number. And then here we have a high estimate, and it's high because our estimated number, 1,500, is higher than our exact number that we started out with. So we're going to have a high and a low estimate. So because, and then here now we can fill in the rest of this, the paperwork here, 1,382 is between 1,000 on the low end and 1,500 on the high end. Okay, step two, we come over here, divide each number by 5, use place value. Now listen carefully here, okay? We talked about it in yesterday's video, but then I saw a lot of students making the same mistake on the lesson quiz. So remember, when we're looking at 5 into 1,000, a lot of students want to say 2 and then add 3 zeros behind it because they see 3 zeros here. But remember, the way we get that 2 is by dividing the 5 into the first two numbers, the 10. And we're only ignoring 2 of the zeros. So we use this 0 to get 10 divided by 5. Okay? So we can't then add 3 zeros. We can only add 2 zeros to the end of our answer. Okay? So 1,000 is the same thing as 10 hundreds. Notice we use the 1 and the first 0 divided by 5, which would be 2 hundreds or 200. Okay, so see, we got our answer 2, and then we added back the 2 zeros that we originally ignored. A lot of students made that mistake yesterday once we got to the lesson quiz, when they got the problem 3,000 divided by 6. I saw a lot of students realize that, okay, it's 30 divided by 6, and they got 5, but then they wanted to add 3 zeros. But again, you can always check your answers by using the opposite of division, which is multiplication. I can take my quotient, 5,000, multiply it by my divisor, 6, and see if I get back to my dividend, which in this case you can see if we multiply 5,000 by 6, we're going to get 5 times 6 is 30, add 3 zeros to the back of that, we get 30,000, not 3,000. So this is incorrect. It should be 500 on this particular problem, which was on our lesson quiz yesterday. So be careful on problems like this where you have a 1 or a 2 or a 3 and then all zeros behind it. Most likely you're using the first two numbers and only dismissing 2 zeros, so you only add 2 zeros to your final answer. Okay, all right, moving on. So 1,500, that's the same thing as 1,500s, and that gives us a basic math fact of 15 divided by 5. And we can count up 5, 10, 15, that's 3 hundreds, or the number 300. Okay. And then we come to our final answer. And again, remember, we always go back to what the problem was asking us to do. So we come back. Where's my pen again? Okay, right where I needed it. All right, we come back, use compatible numbers to find 2 estimates. So we did that. We found 2 estimates. There's one estimate here and one estimate here. There's our 2 estimates. So 1,382 divided by 5, I know has to be between 200 and 300. Okay. All right, again, don't forget, focus, can-do attitude, initiative, listen carefully. You can always pause these videos. You can rewind if something doesn't make sense. And of course, always you can pause, raise your hand, take initiative, and I can come help you or better explain something to you. All right, thanks again for watching.